Hey, I wanted to walk through the messy action method. This is a method I came up with a few months ago from all of the experience that I've had in my life and all of the things that I've coached people through and helped people with, seeing the process that people have gone through that I've, coached them through formally or informally because I'm such a core I'm such a coach at the core and have been kind of doing this stuff for a long time in a lot of my relationships. So, messy action method, your roadmap to overthink from overthinking to becoming. I called it the messy action because a big theme in all of this success loves execution. Also, learning who you are, figuring out yourself, becoming a creator of your own life, being intentional requires you to do things even when they're not perfect, even though you might not know the end result yet, even though you might not have certainty that you're going to get what you're envisioning at the end. Like, basically, messy action because of the perfectionist part. We don't want that holding you back. And you're not always going to be super certain. Like, it's about going into the unknown and uncertainty too. So, this all helps you to clarify who you are, take messy action, gather data, and then build a life that supports your next level. And then this you go through throughout your life. Like, it's not set it and forget it. It's like a GPS. It's like a GPS. You can put a destination in, but then you might take a detour. Or you might be like, oh, actually, let's go over here before you get to that point. So the first thing that I do with clients is disrupt. So breaking autopilot. Some people just live in Groundhog Day, and I'm sure all of us at some point, like, you find yourself living the same day on repeat. You're not feeling very alive at this point, potentially. Time's just kind of passing. In this first stage, we are taking a cold, hard look at where you are at right now, what's working, what's not working. What do you think that you want? Who are you? Going through your strengths and things that make you you, things you already know about yourself, and where you want to go. And you might at this point feel overwhelmed, confused. You might not be running things that well in your life. Your life might not feel in alignment at all, or maybe some parts are, some parts aren't, or you have an idea of what you want to be doing, but the reality is you haven't been doing that for the past 6 months or a year. You have an idea of how you want to feel, but you haven't been feeling that. So in this, it's setting intentions, defining your trajectory and why. So picking that goal, and then why do you want that? And then, okay, asking why like 5 times. This is something I'll do with clients, and it really helps to have another person talking through all this stuff. And also asking why and stuff. It's like getting clear on the reasons and making sure that it's for the right reasons and not like just validation or because it looks good or because it's what you think that you're supposed to do. Because a huge thing with goals, I truly believe anything is possible for you. You can make anything happen, but you want to make sure that it's like goals that you set, not just society or your parents or what you think you should do. Like, make sure it's actually yours, and like how you want to feel when you get there, and then how you can start feeling it now. So I have an identity worksheet too that I bring clients through, or like a dream even bigger North Star worksheet. And I do this with clients, and we do a lot of where do you want to go kind of thing. By the way, I'm sending this out to my clients. I'm using it on YouTube. I'm putting this on YouTube though. And this is something I'll have my clients watch so that they know a lot about the different things that I offer and my program, because I am still a fairly new coach in this official way, a year and a half, but still building this foundation and figuring out what things I want to help people with most and how, and also keep a tailored experience. Also knowing like this is a co-created experience. I basically want you to know everything that I'm kind of thinking of, and then we can kind of create a path together that helps move the needle most and make the most impact and provides the most value for you. And like, so as I say things, write down, text me, whatever, WhatsApp me, or maybe Slack at this point, because I'm thinking I'll move over to Slack too, so we have a community aspect of my program. But basically, all these things in here, and then I mention if you're like, ooh, I want to do that, and I didn't even know that you had this resource or worksheet or this topic I want to dive into more, please let me know and we can dive into it on WhatsApp or Slack or on a call. Okay. So yeah, we have disrupt. All right, break autopilot. Where do we want to go? Number 2, expand. This is where you shake up your world. You just collect a lot of data by following every curiosity, getting outside of your comfort zone. In this stage, expand. That's when we face things like fear of failure, fear of rejection, beginner's mindset, how to like show up, just show up kind of thing. Being okay with showing up 20%. I know you want to show up 90, 100%. But the reality is you're probably showing up 0% now. So like, okay, how can we be taking baby steps towards this thing? This is getting out of your head and into action, where you stop talking about it and you start living it. So you might not know exactly what you want to do. That's okay. What are you curious about? And can we be kind of like a yes man or yes woman? Like, you get invited to things, maybe you're trying to build a community, you get invited to things, you start saying yes, even though you are not sure if this is your friend for life. Like, stop with the pressure. That's the thing too. Go to the class, try improv, try surfing, rock climbing, whatever. In this, we build momentum and emotional resilience by taking action before you feel ready. You go from not taking action, perfectionist, fearful, to being brave, being courageous, which, by the way, the book Power versus Force I just am reading now, there are levels of consciousness and that you can measure, and it's on a scale of 0 to 1,000. 200 and below, you're taking energy from the world. That's like guilt, shame, like lower vibration energies. Above 200, you're giving energy to the world. Your net, like energy, whatever, is giving, and that's where we want to be. You feel a lot better too. Up here, there's like love and stuff like that. Peace. I'm forgetting the other names, but guess what? Below 200, the way to get over 200, they say, because 200, I think that whole section is called courage. So that's this expand phase. Being courageous. That's that point where you start adding energy to the world, which is, and you're in that power. Yeah, up here is power, over here is force. Little tangent there. But like, courage is awesome. Okay, so messy action. You get to be this brave, courageous person. You start putting yourself out there. Maybe you're starting to talk to strangers in public. You're willing to be seen trying. You're willing to be seen in general. And the tangible skills, messy action, this is like posting a thing. Maybe in the beginning of this, it's just hitting record and not even saying this, or hitting record and talking for 30 seconds, but then not posting it. Like, we break it down into baby steps and we just start taking action, like in all these different ways. This is when you start using your brick too, and maybe incorporating it in your day-to-day. You're trying new things. You're getting outside you're exposing yourself to more things, expanding your world, and taking bold action, okay? Those things that you've been thinking about, we're like, okay, let's do it. Next is refine and commit. I think some of these names, I like the word commit too. Gather data, refine your direction. So learn what energizes you, what drains you, and what you want to lean into. So this is the point where we take everything that we've expanded our world and we pick usually like one primary direction that we want to double down on. So, okay, you've really been liking yoga and you want to do yoga teacher training, like that's the focus now. Or maybe for me, that was one of my focuses. I became a yoga teacher, went to acupuncture school, was really into surfing or rock climbing, whatever. Because you have collected real life data, you can now make more aligned decisions, more informed decisions. This doesn't mean that this is your path for life, but let's commit to it for like 1 to 3 months or something, like for a good period of time of what is most energizing in your life right now. And yeah, tracking energy comes in here too, learning what energizes you, what drains you in your day-to-day, in your schedules. And then with this too, I have a resource on scheduling. and how to, manage energy with energizers and anchors, like things that are grounding. And like if things are draining from your life, then there are ways to, okay, so if we know that cooking or admin stuff is draining, we can put it in certain time blocks and do bulk actions of stuff like content posting or something. Like you could schedule things out all on Sunday or do all admin stuff for like an hour on Sunday, finances, whatever. So yeah, choosing what to lean into, noticing resilience and stuff, can identify resistance clearly and take action anyway. So yeah, we're just rolling with it. And with all these things, you are also learning how to get up from detours that you have. Like once you commit to something, there might be times that you like fall off or you're not being consistent or whatever, which is a normal part of the process and behavior change. I have a resource on that too, like how to be so nice to yourself and what to do when you fall off to support yourself most to get back to, okay, where you want to be. By the way, with that consciousness book, Power versus Force, they talk a lot about kindness and forgiveness for yourself and for other people, like just good focuses to have and something that I work with a lot in my clients too. So as you commit to this path, refine, we might commit to it for a month or two and then you're like, okay, this isn't it anymore. Now it's becoming something that's like draining, or there are parts of it that just aren't filling me up anymore. We might go back to stage 1 of disrupt, of taking that cold hard look and be like, this was me. It was like yoga teaching. It was fun at first. And, there's that first reason why we want to commit to it for a while is because there's initial, like, sure, it could be scary at first or a little bit hard or take a lot of energy at first. But is that just because it's new, or is that because it's not aligned? Like for yoga teaching, for me, like, of course, it's taking energy. But then after a certain point, I was confident in my abilities and I felt like it wasn't energizing me as much as like other things that I wanted to explore. So like coaching, for example, it's been a year and a half and I'm still as energized, if not more energized and confident about it. So anyway, after you go through this process, then we get to stabilize, where you are a self-led creator. This is your new baseline. So you make a new baseline. So like you build systems and rhythms that make your next level your new normal. So we shake things up, we add something new, like improv classes, whatever. You commit to it for a while and then, okay, cool, this is just what I do now. That's that stage. This is just what I do. You have consistency and structure so that you can keep growing without burning out. You're planning your weeks. I do time block scheduling sometimes with clients. We'll like open up the Google Calendar and let's put things in. Building sustainable habits, focusing on one thing a day, and clear direction. You know what you need to do today. You trust the process, embrace uncertainty, and you've released the timeline. And when you're in this, like we go through this together, but the point of all of this is to know the process and like you get used to the emotions of all of this stuff, and then you're able to run it on your own even after coaching with those next levels of your life. Like I still go through all of these things, and also one area of your life you might be at number 4 and there's another area that you're at 1 or 2, So this is the method. This is the result. You become someone who is living an intentional life. You become the person that shows up for their life. You trust yourself, you take action, you put yourself out there. You build a life that feels aligned, expansive, and alive. And yeah, you don't have to be ready. You just have to take your next messy action, just moving the needle do one needle moving thing every day. And a theme of all of this too is like continuing to get a little bit in the unknown so that you're not just living the same day on repeat. Like you're bringing things in that make you feel alive. You're listening to your intuition and those urges and those little voices that you have inside of you. So yeah, I think that's probably it for this messy action method. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you want to talk more about this. My DMs are open. If you're a client, we can talk more about this on a call too, and like what stage you think you're in for certain areas of your life. And yeah, I think that's it. I could talk on a million tangents about this stuff, but I think this is a pretty good overview. And if you're not a client yet and you're interested in learning more, also DMs are open, and I have a application in my bio on YouTube if you want to check that out. Would love to have a chat. All right, have a great day.